Here I am. Bless Moon. Operating out of Mr. M. Why? Because I have to. I have no other choice. Y'all made me do this. Y'all made me have to turn on my heels and become this because, it's not enough. Y'all wanted face. But now you're getting the hill. Why? Because you're getting ready to feel absolute power during this, the Hhasad hour. Exactly. Now, the Hhasad hour is when I show nothing more than loving devotion, pure faith, kindness, all those good things, the goodly of things, the best of things, to the best. But who's the best? The best of those who are the best to me. So get ready to feel the power of the Hhasad hour, where I don't want to hear the 3s and the 4s of my haters. No, forget them. Forget the haters, the 3s and the 4s. I'm talking to like 1,000 of those who love me. 1,000 of my lovers. Why? Because I show love where love is shown. I grow love from where love is grown. But no, of course. I have the 3s, right? They want to say what they want to say. I didn't ask a question. These are not questions. These are the answers. Something funny? Because I didn't ask. However, I did laugh. Why? Because I can. I can. Because you know why? Because I have nothing but pure love in my heart. Love. Devotion. Devoted to who? To the one. As I point with my hand as high as I possibly can. To the one who created me. The one. The only. Shall I tell you his name? Find it. Find it in Exodus. Exodus 3. Exodus 3. What did he say to you? What did he say to me? He said, when Masha asked him, he said, what shall I tell them your name is? What shall I call you? Huh? Suppose I do go. And they ask, who's this guy that sent you to me? What's his name? I'm like, you don't know? Well, Hhasad. Hhasad, of course. Tell him Hhasad sent you. Better yet, tell him, dare I say it? Yahweh sent you. But I'm going to be Hhasad with you. Says Hhasad to Masha. When? Exodus 3 and 12. Just like he said to Yahweh Shah. He said, just like I was with Moses, I will be with you. Hhasad. I will be that which I will be. Tell him who I will be with you. In me. Us. We. Why? Because he shows loving devotion to like 1,000. La alabhayim. Hhasad la alapayim la'ahabai. To like 1,000. To those who love to love. Those who love to love are the ones who receive a hub. In order to receive a hub, you will first need a hub. Of course, Bless Move wants to slip out, but I am Mr. M. But can we not coexist? Because I am him. Excuse me. I apologize for you having to see that. I didn't want to go that route. I am Bless Moon. Listen, let me explain to you something. Mr. M, full of passion. The fire is burning. It's like he saw the burning bush. And he slips out from time to time, and he takes the light, and he says that he shows loving devotion to like 1,000. No, that's not what I said. I said I show loving devotion to like 1,000. Yes, of course, excuse me. He says he shows loving devotion to like 1,000. Now, me, I'm just chilling. I just be chilling, trying to do my own thing, staying in my own lane, going my own way. Oh. But then Mr. M comes out and he said, hey, I got something to say. When I say I had something to say, excuse me. When I think I had something to say, but Ahaya say, no, you don't. Well, I said, I think that it's imperative that I say something. He said, well, you won't. I'm like, oh. But what happens then? What happens then? I'll tell you what happens then. You can get Mubarak. That's just me straight up. You can get, shall I even speak his name? You don't even know him yet. You don't know who. No. You don't know who. No. You don't know who. Yep. You don't know who I am. You only know who I used to be. You don't know me. No, you don't. No. No, you don't know. Oh, no. And that's fine. You don't have to know who I am. Unless you want to get to know who I am. But that's the concept of the loving devotion. If you want to get to know me, then you can, and I will readily talk to you. But if you don't want to get to know me, then I count you among the 3s and the 4s. And who wants to be amongst the 3s and the 4s when I, Mr. M, shows loving devotion, Hhasad, to like 1,000, my lovers? Why be on the receiving end of no love? Why be on the receiving end of getting blocked, ignored, overlooked, overseen, when all you have to do is love yourself enough and know that I love you. If you don't love yourself, know that I love you. But hey, some people, they find that hard to hear. Why? I don't know. In order to receive a hub, you will first need a hubba. That means, hey, if nobody's showing you love, then who will? So that's why I step up and say, if I don't do it, no one will, so I gotta try it. That is your answer if you want to know why I do what I do when I does what I does. Do it because I can, and I do it just because I know I'm just a man, but I still get it done. Yep. Get it done, get it done. And that's what I'm doing. But that's okay. Don't love you? You don't love you? By the time I'm done with you, you're going to know what love is. Because you're going to feel this Hhasad and this power within the Hhasad hour. But I'm only doing it to those who love me. And right now, it's just a few. Just a few. Just a few. It's like 1,000. Sim, tell them. Tell them, Tellard. Tellard. Tell them. Now you have to understand, my Simba D. Pittman, the third.com, twice. That's his whole name. That's his full name. Simba D. Pittman, the third.com, twice. Why? He also has a, alter ego. Well, he tells you himself. And he got to tell them all. He's the Tellard. Tell them, Tellard. Why? Because he can be. But that's Shamuan. Because Shamawan and Lawaya are brothers. And if I'm operating out of Mr. M, what does the M stand for? Huh? Do you know? Mr. Moo. I am not Mr. Moo. I am Mr. M. But who is Mr. M? Masha. I just said Exodus 3. Suppose I did go to y'all, to talk to y'all and tell y'all who he is. Then who are you? Who are you? I am, bless moon. But right now I'm operating out of Mr. M. So when you talking to Mr. M, it's like you talking to Masha. And I have a Masha to prove it. I have a Masha to prove it. That what comes from me is me. And that is what I come from. I come from what comes from me. And what comes from me comes from what I come from. Thus is fair enough. Why? Because I said it. I said it. Yes, I said it. Where I'm showing loving devotion, devoted to love those who need love, devoted to show kindness to those who receive hate, devoted to showing fairness to those who need a fair judge. A fair judge, Ramadan. I'm the exalted high judge in the name of Ahaya. Because tell him Ahaya sent you. Furthermore, tell him I already said what I had to say. But I do these things Bashim Mahaya for you. And that's what I do. Be the best that I can be, and that's what I do. Oh, what do you do? Be the best that you can be, and that's what you do. Did you hear me? Be the best that I can be, and that's what I do. Say it. Say it. Be the best that you can be, and that's what you do. Exactly. Because I didn't ask a question. Instead, I gave you the answers. No, I'm not asking. I'm not asking. I'm answering the questions. Ask a question. Go ahead. I heard that. Do you think that I won't hear that? Or does he only speak through him? and not through me. Did I say that? I said that he is with me as he is with you. Little thanks you give. The little thanks you give to have been shown that the Spirit of God, Haroah, Ha'alahayam, resides within. Within. I ain't say within me, I just say within. So don't be without. So when I say the name Yahweh, take the breath in and never be without. I just gave you the key, and you better not lose it, because you better not lose your breath. Not on my watch. Not on mine watch. Nope. Nope. So, when I show you this loving devotion, and this is just the intro, this is just how I'm coming at you. When I show you my loving devotion, please, please be ready to receive Hhasad. All of you, except for the 3s and the 4s. Whereas I'm showing loving devotion. Where am I getting this from? Where am I getting this from? Moo, tell them. Oh, yes. Give me a moment. Excuse me, I gotta get this. How do you call it? I got my notes here where I wrote down the commands. You gotta write, learn them and write them down. Keep a copy on your side. Check yourself for hearing yourself. Exodus 20:5 and 6. It says, mind you, this is stemming from 20 and 4. No making you an idol, a pasal, at all, nor an image, which is in heaven, or earth, or the waters. Don't even bow down to it, or worship them. For Yahweh, your God, is a jealous God, who visits iniquity of fathers on children up to the 3s and the 4s of generations of my haters, those who hate him, right? In showing Hhasad, loving devotion, to like 1,000 of those who love me. Keeping my commands, that's what I said. So you will. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not asking the questions. I'm giving you the answers. You have to understand. I am giving you the answers. And what are the answers? What are the answers? That you will. First and foremost, what is the first commandment? Ana Yahuwah Allah Hayak. Who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage, slavery? You will have no other gods, no other Allahayam on my face. No, not on my face, not on my watch. Oh, okay. La ta'asha lak pasal wakal the mawana ashar bashamayim, and etc. And etc. And etc. So the first one is to you have no gods before, not on my watch. You have no other Allahayams on my face, not on my watch. You have no other Allahayams on my watch, bro. Nope, not even at all. Then second of all, you're not going to make yourself an idol. Nope, not a pasal, not an image. Nope. Not going to do it. What you going to do? You going to carve something out, huh? Because that's what a pasal is, a carved out situation. Like, what you going to do? A statue? Hell no. I'm not beat for that. Nor an image. Nah, if I'm out one. Don't even, no. Not that which is in the heavens above. or the earth below or the waters underneath. Nope. Don't even bow down to that, though. Don't even think about it. Nope. Because you do, I just sat there and told you this. Jealous God. Yahweh is a jealous Al who visits the iniquity of the fathers on the children up to the 3s and the 4s of generations of my haters, and showing loving devotion to like 1,000 of those who love me, keeping my commands, of which is another one. Do not take the name of Yahweh, your God, Allah Hayak, in vain. That means don't carry it in emptiness. As in, no, if you're going to be in this way of life, all right, then be in it correctly. That means when I get finished reading these commands to you, these are the things that you shall not do, especially while bearing the name, especially by wearing the fringes, especially while wrapping the head and carrying around the letters and binding them on your forehead as a frontlet, on your wrist as a... See, what you have to understand is, when you represent Yahweh, what you will do is carry yourself correct, or don't carry yourself at all. Don't even leave the house if you can't do it correctly. If you're going to go out there embarrassing me, embarrassing us, embarrassing we, shall I tell you what he says? He says, do not take the name. Don't carry it. All right? Don't lift it. The Shah means do not bear it up. Don't lift it as a banner, even like, yeah, oh yeah, I am under the banner of this, that, and the third. Don't do that. If you want to just bring it to emptiness, to nothingness. Like, yeah, this, that, and the third. And people are like, oh, is that what they're about? Like, all you Hebrew Israelites that's out there being aggressive on the corner, making a bad name. Y'all taking the name in vain. See, me? I'm chilling. And I have been. But people, they haven't understood me. And that's not my fault. Because I tried my best to explain. Here I am right now, showing you that same loving devotion, explaining myself to you. But here's what he says next. Because he will not leave that unpunished. So you take his name in vain, and he will punish you just as much as you take his name in vain. So I have a song called Ahaya, where I'll be displaying it. And it explains to you all of this, that it sums up everything that I'm talking about right now. Everything. Telling you what you need to do in order to carry the name. It warns you not to take the name in vain, and it'll tell you what it can even go up to if you're not careful. Be on the lookout for that. Coming soon. It's already made. Coming soon. Let's go to number 4, yes? Remember the Shabbat, Yawam, La Quadashaw. Keep it holy. Mine's is mine. Yours is yours. Until we all come together and decide on one together. Some is doing Saturdays. Some is doing other days. Most is doing Saturdays, but I don't want to follow the footsteps of those who are not us. Why shall we? It's like he brought me to jealousy with a nation who is not a nation, people who is not a people. They do theirs on a Saturday. They go out on their Shabbat, even though it says don't go out on the Shabbat. Verbatim. They teach, even though you're not supposed to be doing no Malachian work. They do all these things. Like you say, you're not supposed to start a fire and then just drive to get to the place. When you start that car, you're starting that fire. Well, you're trying to find loopholes and how to not do it. Like, stop playing. Like, get into it. Keep it set apart. Follow it correctly to the best of your abilities. All right? Keep it set apart. And everyone rest that day, the seventh day. 6 days shall you work. What kind of work? Abadayim or Malakayim? What is Abadayim? Servantry work. Where you're going out there, you're working for the system, working for the people, and etc. Malakayim work is what I'm doing right now, talking. Honor your father. So, kabad ath abayak, wa'ath amak. Make heavy. That's what kabad is. To make it heavy, glorify. You gotta put a lot on their names, like, what do I mean? Like, yo, when you see me, you're gonna feel my father, Abdul Malik Muhammad. You're gonna feel him. You're gonna feel my mother, formerly known as Christine Bell, now known as Jahawara Muhammad. That's it. That's Islamic names. Islamic names. Yeah, sure. And they passed. They passed in this life. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring them here. I'm going to bring them bird. And I'm the type of guy to put my family on my back. I just might be the one to put Norfolk on the map. Because I'm the type of guy who shares whenever I eat. I don't tolerate injustice. I want for you what I want from me. But what does that sound like? What does that sound like? Now I'm going to continue to read this. Of course, no murder, no adultery, no stealing, and no giving false witness about your neighbor. But here's what I was alluding to. I want for you what I want from me. This sounds like, to me, coveting. But that's not what I meant when I said that. What I said was, I want for you what I want from me. That means that what I have, I want you to have. If I have love and devotion within me and love within me and like 1,000 lovers, then I want you to have the love and devotion. That's why I'm giving it to you. I want for you what I want from me. So what I am giving to you is what I want in return. That is what I'm saying. Quid pro quo, so to speak. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. But how does one do that in this case? All I'm asking for is if I'm coming on to this, showing you nothing more than loving devotion, pure Hhasad, to like 1,000. But not to the 3s and 4s, but to 1,000. Then I imagine that 1,000 should show loving devotion, pure Hhasad to me. That's all I'm asking for. That's not too much to ask. I just want love. That's not too much to ask. All I asked for is love. When did I ask for anything else? I said love. Love me. Love me. Love me. Like I love you. Imagine that much. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I want. Me, all I want is you to love me. And for me to love you. But no coveting in your neighbor's house. No coveting in your neighbor's wife, your male servant, female servant, or anything for that matter. So, I found that easy. Said than done. I'm not going to covet my wife. I put that on my soul. That's yours, that's you. I got mine, that's me. Look at her in a way that you shouldn't look at her. Otherwise, you're taking the name in vain. You're carrying, if you're an Israelite, and I don't even care if you claim it. If you was descendants of slavery, more than likely, Israelite. So I don't want to see any of my people coveting that which I have. I don't want my people coveting that which somebody else has. I won't do that to you. However, if I ask for help, help me. Help me. That's all I'm You feel me? Because it's like, imagine that much. Like, I don't understand. All right. But that's a 10. That's a 10 for now. I can get into more things, but this is the preliminary. This is the conversation starter. Okay? How can I show you Hhasad unless you know where it stems from? Like I said, I said, this Hhasad that we're talking about here is a part of his commands. It's an explanation of his commands. That's what I'm doing. I'm explaining his commands. Exactly. Now back to the topic at hand. In a situation where you are carrying the name, and I told you how to say it correctly. You heard me how to say it a few times. I will refer to him as Ahaya because I'm giving. It's giving. You feel me? It's giving. I'm giving. Oh, okay. So if I'm giving, you must be receiving. Yahuwah. I'm giving a spirit, you're receiving a spirit from me. And the spirit that you're receiving from me will be loving devotion to my lovers only. Not to the haters, to those 3s and 4s. You see, I'm dealing with 10 on top of 10 on top of 10, like 1,000. But why? 10 commandments, you feel me? My people was 10s. You feel me? Like, but those who hate, that takes you down a deep toll. You could be a 10, like for example, you see what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about in appearance. I'm talking about in spiritual appearance. You ain't looking too good if you hating spiritually. Then knock you down from a 10 to a 3 to a 4. Then niggas be born, excuse me, when I say niggas, I mean people who reneged on the deal. This is the deal, this is the covenant. Deuteronomy 4 and 12 or 13? It says, that when I made my covenant with you, the 10 commandments. Okay, that's the covenant. That's the deal that he made. Keep the commandments, find them in Exodus 20 and know them well, learn them and write them down. Keep a copy for yourself, check yourself before you ring yourself. Deuteronomy 20, please read it, believe the sentence, slavery, cursing and blessings. A snippet. You're welcome. It's giving. Oh. So receive. So receive. If I'm giving, receive. Simple as that. But if my hand is out, ka hand. If ka, palm, ha, behold it, seed, noon, ka hand. If I'm asking and I'm pointing at my palm, and if I am telling you, hey, I need, because why? Masha was the most neediest man on earth. Number 12. Number 12. Number 12. Masha was the most neediest man on earth. And his alter ego, a Haran. Or, let's call him get that one. Anyway, that's for another time. That's for another time. What I'm saying is that if I need something, I should be able to receive it. But I only expect to receive that with which I'm giving. Because that's kind of how it works. They say karma. I just think that it's just in his divine plan that whatever you decide to give is what you decide to receive. And there's nothing new under the sun. This has been a long concept that people have figured out. So this is just part one. Part one. A long part. But like I said, it's the Hhasad hour. It's not going to always be an hour long. And this is not even an hour long. But this is how it will go. I will just sit here, I will talk, I will say things, and you will hear me. And you will hear me. Follow my voice. That's what you do. You'll follow my voice. Okay? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. I know where you are, but I can't get to you, baby. Just follow my voice. Gotta find your way. Gotta find your way. I said you gotta find your way. Gotta find your way. I said you gotta find your way. Way. That's fine. Because it won't be long. It won't be. It can't be. You know why? Because I'm showing loving devotion, Hhasad, to like 1,000 of my lovers, but showing nothing of the sort. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers onto the children, up to the 3s, and the 4s even, of my haters. But I'll teach you to love me. You'll learn to love. You might hate me now. You might not. But after you see what I have in store for you, you'll see. You'll know. I've shown you these things so that you can know that Yahuwah, Hawa'a, Ha-Allah, Hayam, Ain, Awad, Malabadal. I've shown you these things so that you can know that Yahuwah is He, the Allah Hayam. There is no other. Ain't no other. Ain, Arad, Malabadal. Ain't no other. I thought you knew that. Did you doubt me? Did you think otherwise? That's fine. That's fine. Why? Because what more can I expect from those who do not know me? Those who have not seen my face, but will. But when I'm giving you this Hhasad hour, this hour of pure Hhasad, an hour of power, my power, and I already told you his name. I already let you hear his voice. You see, me, I am Blessed Moon. See, me, I'm just Mr. M. But Yah is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent. Me? Although I don't lie, I can. But I can't because it's against the commandments. No bearing false witness. And I do repent, time after time. I'll even do it now, just so you can see that I'm just a man. I know I'm just a man, but I still get it done. So here's what I say. Ahaya. Because it's giving. What is it giving? It's giving man right now. And I'm asking him to receive me. So Yahuwah, I'm asking to receive something from him when I'm doing that. But right now it's giving. So I'm giving him my repentance. I'm giving him my praise. I'm giving him my loving devotion. I'm giving him. And when I say him, it's just a pure figure of speech. You know why? Not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent. I got a father. I told you his name, Abdul Malik Muhammad. So I'm the son of man, which means I'm just a man. But I'm going to show you one thing about this man here. You see, me, I'm Yashar Al. What does it mean to be Yashar Al? I've seen people say different things. They say you got the Yah there, that means our power. Shar comes from the root word being prince. Al, which is God. So, then I've also seen other people say, and they call us Yasher Al. And that's closer to me than Yisrael, but Yashar Al, that's what they say. I say Yashara Al. To be Yashar means to be upright. Al is like God. It is God. It is the power. So that's why I'm walking around. That's why I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm being the best that I can be. Because that's what I do. And all I'm asking you is be the best that you can be. Because that's what you do. So when I pray, do I get on my knees from time to time? That's my name. Mubarak. I am from such as get on the knee. I am from such as bend the knee. I'm from that. That's how I was brought up, on my knees. But I stood up. I stood up and I said, hey, no more. It's like he told Yahushua in the book of Yahushua. I'll get to that when I get to that. First, we do the 5 books of Masha, because that's my firstborn name is Masha. And then after that, I had Yahushua. So we'll get to Yahushua after I'm finished with Masha. And then Masha can be that with which he wishes to be. But this time, in my iteration of the book, my son lives. Because you see, Yashara El is my firstborn. You see? I called them out of Egypt. I said, hey, come here, because you're my firstborn. Told Pharaoh, I said, yo, let my people go. Stop playing with me. Quit plowing me. Quit plowing me. Quit playing with me. Let my people go. It's not a question. So, people be taking questions as, people be taking answers as questions. And then, and what's even more worse is that they take questions as answers. If I ask a question, they say, oh, that's the answer. I say, does 1 + 1 = 2? I'm like, oh, then I guess it doesn't. I'm like, I just asked a question, yes or no. Like, stop. Like, I asked you a question. You cannot say that is the answer. If I say, hey, 1 + 1 = 2, they say, oh, then that means it don't. I'm like, yeah, whoa. You're questioning my answers, but you're not answering my questions. You see what I'm saying? You're questioning my answers, but you're not answering my questions. How is that fair? How is that fair? If you can't tell me what you believe in, then who are you to tell me that what I believe in is wrong? And what does me believe in the way that I believe have to do with you? When the Torah, the Hathawara, is on my heart and on my tongue, I'm telling you what I believe. You're telling me what you believe, but you believe in what somebody else said. What do you say? Do you not have like the Allah Hayam spirit within you? Of course you do. So why do you act like you need somebody to tell you how to be, tell you who to be, tell you what to be? I said, yo, oh, you don't know this song yet. There's so much I don't know yet, huh? Okay. But here's what I say. I say, first of all, be beautiful. And that means be you. Be you to the fullest. If you can do that, that's the key to fulfillment. And that's all I really got to say. But it's not fair that I have to say more when I told you to be you. When did he tell you to be somebody else? He said, don't make yourself, have no other Allah Hayam before, like say you read that out loud. Who's saying that? God, through you. He said, have no other gods on my face. And don't try to follow somebody else. Don't be like nobody else. You feel me? Be you. Don't be a follower, you know? Don't be a sheep, be a lion. Let your roar be heard. Don't be a part of the herd. That's what I'm doing right now. Showing you nothing but loving devotion. Hhasad. To like 1,000. You see what I'm saying? I'm letting, tell her, please. Sim, tell them. To how many? Like 1,000. How many? 1,000. Of who? My lovers, exactly. showing nothing but pure Hhasad to like 1,000 of my lovers. Showing them pure kindness. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. If those who love me, when have I ever done anything wrong to those who've loved me? When have I done it? When have I done it? When have I not made amends to those? I'm not telling you I'm perfect, but when have I not made amends to those with whom I've hurt? I'm not saying that I've never done anything wrong in my life. What I'm saying is that whenever I've done anything wrong, I've always done my best to acknowledge my error, apologize for that, and to mend my ways. Like I said in another song of mine, I said, but I sin, yeah, just like you do, and just like you do, and just like you do. I just make sure that I always repent, ask for forgiveness, and then he forgives, but only actually if I try to mend my bad ways and not do it again. But if I slip, I know he'll catch me and forgive again from his mercy. He always do, because he loves me, and he sees trying to be the best me. Be the best that I can be, and that's what I do. Be the best that we can be, and that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. Yep. Like, come on now. Like, I've never told anybody to do anything other than be the best that they can be. But why is it then that the best that somebody else can be is somebody else's best? That's the part that don't make sense to me. I don't get that. You say, yo, somebody else did their best, so I'm going to do their best too. I'm like, what? No. So, for example, I was having a conversation with my son, Masha, and I had to get him to understand the concept of what I'm saying to him. I'm saying, be the best that I can be, and that's what I do. Be the best that you can be, and that's what you do. He said, when he was first, I guess he started to question himself, because he said it correctly at first. Because the song goes, be the best that I can be, and that's what I do. So how does it become to the point where he felt as though it was correct to say, be the best that you can be, and that's what I do? I'm like, no. You're not going to be the best me. You're going to be the best you. I'm going to be the best me. You're going to be the best you. Nothing more, nothing less. One cannot sit there and say, hey, I am the best you. No. Nor can someone say, you are the best me. That doesn't make sense. Only I can be the best me. Only you can be the best you. I say you are who you think you are. So who do you think you are? Are you the average Joe, or are you a superstar? You are who you make yourself. Made myself a king. I let my actions and my words do the talking. But in what way? In what way is it then that this whole debacle that we find ourselves in to be or come to the point where we feel as though we must compete with each other to outdo one another, to show one another up instead of to show up for one another? I don't understand the way of the world, and so I chose not to participate in it. I chose to go abur. When you look up the word abur, it says to alienate, to go over, but it also means to just be like just out of the legal system. That's what I've done for a long time. I fell off the face of the earth a few times. I went abur. When I said I fell off the face of the earth, one can only, how do you fall off? There's no cliff. I'm diving off a cliff, jumping into the abyss. Deep in my mind, it's a bottomless pit. Almost at the end, So far down, far as Mount Everest. Listen at your own risk. Words touch souls, and I might put you in bliss. Reaching in my bag, let's see what's next on the list. Can't really talk about that one too much. That's a different song. Y'all don't know too much, but I'm saying I'm diving off a cliff. Jumping into the abyss, deep into my mind, bottomless pit. Almost at the end. So far down, as far as Mount Everest. Mount Everest is a mountain that goes up. Aber. I was going aber for a long time. When I wrote that, which was years ago, years and years ago, I was going aber. I was going over. But it looked like I was going down. Why? Because in the eyes of the masses, up is down, and down is up. You see, I guess, I told my mother, don't die a death before dying. And then she died, having not truly lived the way that she wished to. Or did she? How does one judge how somebody else live based upon the thawra that is on their heart? I cannot say whether she did the correct thing or the wrong thing. All I say is that I am doing what I am doing. Taking nothing from her, giving everything to them. You see what I'm saying? Who is them? My Abba and my Amma. My Shapachathai, my family, and all of my Ahabbai, of my lovers. Because if you're one of my lovers, if you love me, then you're my family. I make those who love me family. But those who do not love me are strangers. Hagar, they're the stranger. Don't be a stranger. If you love me, let me know. But don't just say it, show it. You have to show love. Hhasad, loving devotion. To be devoted to a thing means never giving up on that thing. I don't give up on those whom I love. How then can it be that those who love me never even gave me a chance in the first place? Exactly. I mean, they didn't show me the love that I needed. I mean, they didn't love me at all. They just said that they did. But when the time came, I guess they flipped on me. They say, hey, I don't love you after all. And then that's fine. That's fine. Because you're sleeping on me now, but here's an alarm clock. No snooze button. Not on my watch. No. No. So, wake up when you're ready to wake up. Me, my eyes open all the time. Because neither slumber nor sleep overtakes who? My God. And my God lives within me, and I identify. Because I have become I became Hhasad ka Allah Hayam. I became one as the Allah Hayam. One as the Allah Hayam. I became. But in what way? One. And that's a good thing, not a bad thing. I don't, like, we choose life. We choose ahaya. We choose to give, and then when we give, we can receive. Think about it. He said, yo, ahaya ashara ahaya. Tell him ahaya sent you. He said, like that's the one who gives. You know, I will be that which I will be. I mean, I'm giving life. You feel me? Like, I'm giving life after life after life. Because if you, and I'm going to show you eventually the picto of how it looks. The word ahaya. But then you'll also have to see what it means to receive. He told you, tell him ahaya sent you. Then after that he said, say, Yahweh sent you. So after you, because like, look, Masha was already on that page where he was like, yo, All right. So I'm giving. What is he giving? What is he giving? Laws and commands and statutes and etc. He's telling you exactly how to be the best that he can be. Like, for example, yo, what would you do? And I can go on and on. Ask me what you should do, and I will never steer you wrong, promise. I will never steer you wrong. I will never steer you wrong, promise. I will never steer you wrong. What does that mean? I will never steer you wrong. If you ask me, like, look, yo, Moo, what would you do? I can go on and on. But you ask me what you should do, I will never steer you wrong. That means I'm just telling you what I would do. That does not mean that is what you should do. I am telling you what Moo would do. WWMD. What would Moo do? That's the name of the song. That I was just singing. Yo, Moo, what would you do? And I can go on and on. Ask me what you should do, and I will never steer you wrong, promise. I will never steer you wrong. Why? Because you giving me the pen. You made me the Alep lamb in your story. When you ask my advice, you say, hey, I need you to guide me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then where do you want to go? That is always how it goes. That is the first element of the conversation between you and the Allah Hayam that you choose. And I make my choice. I choose a Hayah. By proxy, I choose Yahweh. That means I'm going to give until I receive. That's what I'm going to do. Be the best that I can be. And that's what I do. What do you do? Now, but what does that mean? I told you that in order for you to become the best that you can be, you must become the best version of yourself. Not the past version of yourself. You have to change. People believe that people don't change. People believe that it's hard to change. People believe that change is something that can't be made. I don't understand that. I really don't. They say, yo, you changed a lot. I'm like, well, a lot has changed me. How? Why? How do you know? How do you know? Like what do you mean? How do I know? Like I lost 10 people in 12 years. Don't even talk to me about switching gears. I lost 12 people in 20. Don't even ask me about what I'm doing. Doing me the best way after feeling all of this pain. I lost fathers, mothers, grandmas on birthdays. But that's on my Instagram page called High Priest. Right? Yeah, High Priest. And you'll see Kahin Gadal. You want to see what I'm going to look like when you see me? Because this is just an introductory to the Hhasad hour. First, you got to hear the voice before you see the form. How can you see the form until, until that's what you deserve? You know, like, Masha sees the form, you feel me? And Haran. But how then can you say that you are not a part of what I am when me and you came from the same people? We both came from slavery. Do you not then believe that I have a God that will get me out of slavery? Why? Because he didn't get us out of slavery yet? Isn't that our choice then? Kanye say slavery was a choice? Don't choose slavery. That gets me on to Deuteronomy 30. After this, I'm going to finish up because my hour has been an hour now. But a pure Hhasad too. But it says in Deuteronomy 30, it says, I put before you today, life and death, blessings and cursings. Therefore, choose life so that you and your seed may live. You feel me? So, choose life. And Ahaya, or Yahweh, is your life. That's your life. That's your breath. Your God breathed his spirit into you. His spirit. Soul is the real meal and we just eating rice. Like, that's a side order for those who didn't know. I hope you caught on to that parable. But to me, it's a little weird that we don't understand the concept that God is within us and the God that's within us. Imagine this much right here. How can you tell that something is living, or a person, shall I say, is living, if there's breath in their body? People say, oh, if there's activity in the brain, I didn't ask all that. Like they say that person is brain dead, but their body's alive. So I'm not going to go on in that conversation, but my thing is this. If you have no life in your body, like you can't live without breath. And how does one become brain dead or have problems like that in the first place? Not enough oxygen get to the brain, right? Well, they lost brain cells because not enough oxygen. Oxygen is air. Air is breath. Breath is spirit. Rawah. How then can you say that you can live without air? Tell me how we gonna breathe with no air? How I go? That Chris Brown song with what's that girl name? I forget her name. You get it though. Tell me how we gonna live with no air? I forget how it go. You get it though. But seriously, this whole thing has just been the thawara. It's on your heart and on your tongue. That's not a question. That's really the answer. That's really the answer, bro. Like, when he breathed his breath into Adam and he animated his body, Adam is just a character. This whole thing right here is just a whole bunch of characters. Just like your words on the page, bro. Your words on the page. If I show you some Paleo Hebrew right now, you'll just be seeing words on the page. You'll be like, what is this? You're not going to be able to read it unless you're well versed in the language. Now, imagine everything that we do here, and even ourselves and our characters as it is, are all symbolic of what's being said. Like, if there was a script writer, are you the pen or are you the word? Both? Neither. Which one? Or are you a Hhasad? You are what you are, and you just be that which you will be. But what does that mean to be that which we will be? It means that no matter, like, you're adaptable. You can be that with which you need to be whenever you need to be it. That means that change is not impossible for you, but instead is not only is it possible, but you're willing to do it. You're seeking for it. You're yearning for it. You know, you want to change so much so that you are changing. You know, for example, I say writing poetry is a must, but I take hiatuses often. They always try to kill my voice. They'll never get in the coffin. The ignorance in this world forces me to take a pause. And that's what I did. Shabbat. And I have no excuse because there is no just cause. And I am on a mission to distribute the truth. No matter how inconvenient or uncomfortable for you. And as I grow older, maybe a little more wise, I find myself evolving right before my eyes. And yes, I'm saying that my poetry evolves. And it comes from me not being so involved. When I'm always busy, I can easily get distracted. What I'm trying to say is you don't always need to be proactive. You could take a step back. Try to understand life. I'm not saying that you will. I'm just saying that you might realize more about what's really going on. I'm not trying to be so vague. I'm just understanding more. And all in the process, sometimes be a little less understood. Small price I have to pay to keep my priorities good, but it's been really hard trying to connect with people. And it's my fault, though. My mind frames are not equal. I'll never step up. Take a step back. An ordinary perspective is something that I lack. I can't see life on a physical level. I look at things spiritually. I've been doing this forever. That's just, I'm not even going to read. I'm not going to, I'll say read. I'm just reciting off the top of the dome. But right now, I'm just waiting for the love to come home. My loving devotion. If you love me, you have to choose me. And if you choose me, then choose to love me. And if you choose to love me, then I'll choose to love you. If and only if, no. When and only when I can see it. Some people gotta see it to believe it, right? They say have blind faith. I don't believe in it. That's why he said in Deuteronomy 4 and 35, he said, you were shown these things so that you can know that Yahuwah is He, the Elahayam, and there is no other. Ain't no other. He said you were shown these things That means, yo, you don't want to have blind faith. So stop trying to just believe in things. Instead, seek after it. Seek it out so that you may find it. Don't just believe things will get better. See how they will. And so I took a peek. And then I understood what was what. I saw characters on the screen. Pointing things out on the screen cliche is what I'm doing now. Prophet. Don't call me a prophet. Because I'm seeking the Alap Lamb. The Alap Lamb. Annai hana'aram nar. Annai hana'aram nar. Annai hana'aram nar. Bayna lamar hasham. Annai hana'aram nar. Annai hana'aram nar. Annai hana'aram nar. Bayna lamar hasham. Annai Mubarak Ashar, Annai Mubarak Ashar, Annai Mubarak Ashar, Annai wa Ankai, Annai Mubarak Ashar, Annai Mubarak Ashar, Annai Mubarak Ashar, Annai wa Ankai. I am boy with the flame. Bless move. Let's be thy name. You'll hear it soon enough. I'm going over my hour. And there's been nothing but pure power, pure Hhasad. In the Hhasad hour of pure power, showing nothing more but loving devotion, Hhasad, to like 1,000 of my lovers, not to the 3s and the 4s of my haters.